You think you know the story of the fall, don't you? Angels rebelling, cast into darkness, humanity tempted in a garden. But what if I told you that the most dangerous secret wasn't Lucifer's rebellion against heaven? It was who stood beside him as his bride. What if the real question isn't why he fell, but who caught him when he landed? For centuries, scholars have debated Lucifer's motivations, his pride, his ambition. But they've missed the most crucial element of any great rebellion: love. Not the pure love of heaven, but something darker, more intoxicating. The kind of love that doesn't just break rules, it rewrites them entirely. You see, power shed is power multiplied. And if Lucifer truly took not one, but 3 wives across the ages, each more dangerous than the last, then everything you believe about good, evil, and the forces shaping our world is about to shatter like glass. If this revelation already has you questioning everything, hit that subscribe button, because we're about to dive deeper into mysteries that will change how you see reality itself. Here's what the ancient texts won't tell you directly, but whisper between the lines. Lucifer didn't fall once. He fell 3 times, each time binding himself to a different bride, each representing a new phase of his cosmic rebellion. Think about it, would the most cunning being ever created really put all his hopes on a single strategy? No, he diversified his approach to corrupting creation itself. The first wife gave him legitimacy among the exiled. The second gave him access to humanity's creative power. The third gave him something far more dangerous, a bloodline that could walk among us undetected. This isn't random mythology, my friend. This is strategic warfare across millennia. Each union served a purpose. Each bride brought unique gifts to his growing empire of influence. The first bride was rebellion personified. The second was seduction incarnate. The third was evolution itself. And if you understand this pattern, you begin to see the invisible threads pulling at human history. Lilith, the first rebel alliance. Let me tell you about the first partnership that shook the foundations of creation itself. Before Eve ever tasted forbidden fruit, there was Lilith, Adam's true first companion, formed from the same earth, with the same divine breath in her lungs. But Lilith refused to submit. Not to Adam, not to the prescribed order, not to anyone. She spoke the forbidden name of God and vanished from Eden, choosing exile over surrender. Can you imagine that moment? The first act of pure rebellion by a human soul, echoing the very defiance that had cast Lucifer from heaven. 2 exiles, wandering in the spaces between worlds. Is it any wonder they found each other? Their union wasn't born of loneliness. It was a strategic alliance of the dispossessed. Lilith brought something Lucifer had lost in his fall: legitimacy among created beings. She brought the fire of righteous anger, the power of one who had seen paradise and chosen freedom over it. Together, they became more than the sum of their rebellions. Where Lucifer had pride, Lilith had cunning. Where she had fury, he had cosmic knowledge. They didn't just reject the old order, they began building a new one, brick by brick, soul by soul. But their most dangerous creation wasn't demons or temptations. It was proof that paradise could be refused, that the divine plan could be questioned. Every human who has ever chosen their own path over prescribed destiny carries an echo of this first rebel alliance. Yet even this powerful union was just the beginning of Lucifer's grand design. Naamah, the master of seduction. The second wife came from a lineage already steeped in innovation and rebellion, the bloodline of Cain, the first murderer, the first city builder, the first to truly defy divine justice. Her name was Naamah, which means pleasant or delightful, but don't let the gentle name fool you. Naamah was Cain's descendant, sister to Tubal-Cain, the first metalworker who forged tools of bronze and iron. She grew up in the world's first city, surrounded by humanity's first great technological revolution. While others lived simply, her family was reshaping the earth itself, bending metal to their will, creating beauty and destruction in equal measure. But Naamah's true gift wasn't in metallurgy. It was in understanding desire itself. She possessed an otherworldly beauty that could make strong men weep, and more dangerously, she understood exactly how to use it. Ancient texts describe her as the mother of seduction, the one who taught humanity that pleasure could be a weapon more powerful than any sword. When Lucifer encountered Naamah, he found something he hadn't expected, an equal in the art of temptation. Where Lilith offered rebellion, Naamah offered something subtler and more corrupting, the promise that you could have everything you wanted and that wanting it was perfectly natural. Their union created something unprecedented. If Lilith taught humanity to question authority, Naamah taught them to embrace their deepest desires without shame or consequence. She became the patron of every pleasure seeker, every hedonist, every soul who believed that if something felt good, it must be right. But here's what makes Naamah truly dangerous. She never appeared as a tempter. She appeared as a liberator, freeing people from unnecessary guilt and outdated restrictions. She whispered that the divine commandments were just suggestions, that true spiritual growth came through experience, not obedience. Through Naamah, Lucifer learned to make corruption feel like enlightenment. And this lesson would prove invaluable for his third and most ambitious union. The human bride, the evolution protocol. Now comes the theory that should terrify you the most, because this one touches your world directly. What if Lucifer's third marriage wasn't to another ancient figure, but to something entirely new? A mortal woman, yes, but not just any mortal. A woman who represented humanity's evolutionary potential. Picture this. Centuries had passed since his unions with Lilith and Naamah. Humanity had grown, spread, developed, and Lucifer, ever the strategist, realized that his previous approaches, while successful, were still limited. He needed something more integrated, more subtle, more human. This third bride wasn't chosen for her rebellion or her beauty. She was chosen for her potential. She represented the next step in human evolution, someone who could bridge the gap between the divine and mortal realms not through conflict, but through synthesis. She doesn't fall for his deception because there is no deception. She sees exactly what he's offering: partnership in guiding humanity's development. Not destruction, but transformation. Not corruption, but evolution into something greater than what they were originally designed to be. Their offspring wouldn't be monsters or obvious tempters. They'd be the next stage of human development, beings who understood both the limitations of pure humanity and the potential for transcendence. They'd become the hidden guides, the ones who push civilization forward by introducing new ideas at precisely the right moments. Every unexplained leap in human progress, every sudden shift in consciousness, every renaissance of art and science, could these be the fruits of this ultimate union? Not supernatural intervention, but the natural evolution of a hybrid consciousness that understood both earthly creativity and cosmic possibility? This marriage didn't corrupt humanity. It upgraded it, and that might be the most dangerous development of all. The modern connection, they walk among us. And now we come to the revelation that should keep you awake tonight. If these three unions truly occurred, if Lucifer's bloodlines truly mixed with humanity across the ages, then they didn't disappear into ancient history. They evolved. They adapted. They learned to integrate so completely that they became indistinguishable from humanity's natural leaders. You've encountered all three lineages, though you didn't recognize them. The children of Lilith appear as revolutionaries and visionaries. the ones who challenge systems and inspire others to question everything. They're not destructive rebels, they're constructive revolutionaries who see through the illusions that keep others trapped. The descendants of Naamah manifest as the ultimate influencers, not just social media personalities, but anyone who understands how to make desire feel like destiny. They're in advertising, entertainment, fashion, any field where human psychology can be shaped through appeal to deeper wants and needs. But it's the third lineage that's most interesting and most integrated. These aren't rebels or seducers. They're evolvers. They appear as the bridge builders, the synthesizers, the ones who can take opposing ideas and create something entirely new. They're the inventors, innovators, and consciousness shifters who push humanity forward not through conflict, but through inspiration. Here's the twist that changes everything. Knowing this doesn't make you powerless, it makes you aware of your own potential. Because if these bloodlines exist, they prove that humanity was always meant to evolve, to grow, to become more than what we started as. The question isn't whether these ancient powers still move through our world. The question is, which aspect of this evolution are you contributing to? Are you questioning outdated systems like Lilith's children? Are you helping others embrace their authentic desires like Naamah's lineage? Or are you synthesizing old and new to create something unprecedented like the third bride's descendants? Every choice you make either advances human consciousness or keeps it stagnant. And maybe, just maybe, that was the point all along.